Hello there and welcome to issue number 110, and this issue is all about the Capricorn ox. As you can see on the caption prior to this video, those are the dates you have to be to fall into this Western and Eastern Zodiac combination. Any questions, anything at all about the video or any dates prior to the ones I put up, and you need to know what they are or anything like that, like an auntie, uncle, great gran or whatever, just post them on here and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and any comments and feedback is more than welcome. Okay, let's start straight away. So we'll start in the beginning. As a child, now we've spoken about the Capricorn. Capricorn can seem quite a serious child, and quite preoccupied with doing the right thing, really, quite preoccupied with being very well behaved. They're excellently well behaved, they're not much trouble, they like to act quite grown up, so they're very impressionable with their parents, they're very watchful, they're very good, their manners are excellent, so they're very watchful and they pick up and absorb ever so much, and they can seem a little serious because the adults in their life, or aunties, uncles, nans, serious stuff of life going on, and they tend to pick up on that. It's not to say they haven't got a sense of humour, because they have deep down, Capricorns have, but they tend to like to be quite productive and feeling good about themselves by achieving. So it's quite prominent with the Capricorn from a young age, quite a serious young lady or serious young man, wants to go about his business, get learning, and wants to get home, wants to get, do the right thing. If we chuck into the equation the oxen, now the oxen is a quiet, gentle creature, thinks very deliberately, needs time, cannot be pushed around. So if we put the two together, you find a Capricorn that's not so authoritative as other Capricorns can be, and stern. The ox gives them a slight bit of indecision, in the sense of they won't rush to make their minds up, and sometimes they seem a lot more laid back than other Capricorns, but they're very, very clever, in the sense of they enjoy being in the herd, they enjoy being in the group. Can be a little un-Capricorn-like, you might say, but these enjoy masses of friendships, being they're not the centre of attention whatsoever, but just being part of the herd, and they will say and do exactly what really people want to hear around them. So they're very good at mimicking what people think they should be saying, or how they should be acting, because if they're not within the herd or within the bigger group, then they can get quite morose, quite low, depressed even. They need to feel that strength of a group, and that's where you find this character in the group, snug, lovely in the middle of it, not one of the top dogs, not one of the bottom dogs, just in that group where everything functions around their friends. What they say, what they do, is a very group orientated thing. So this carries on, it's very prevalent through to the college years, through to the university years, because they will love to do that, but they will take on whatever. If they're leaving one major group, they never leave them friends behind, because they're going to be their friends forever. They still stay in that clique, but when the time comes they have to move on to bigger schools, further education, etc., then they will take on the form which is then required for that area. So again, they'll be looking for the group thing. They're not going to sit in the corner diligently doing their work and then just disappearing with one or two friends. No way. They will be right bang, and they will find the popular people, and they are involved with the popular people. That's their mission. They have to have that security of the herd. So you have to understand this about this this combination. And people who aren't in that clique, so to speak, will look at this gentleman or lady and think they seem really quite standoffish and really quite reserved, and I find it hard, you know, maybe to talk to them. But that's because you're not in that circle. You have to get in that, then you'll find someone who's very easygoing and, you know, always available for a chat, likes to have good fun, you know. As I say, it's a lot more laid back Capricorn, not so mega serious, because they know the way they are going to get on. They've already decided. They will act what is needed at that time. They can progress through a firm by gently mimicking what's needed. I wouldn't say they would try and make somebody look bad in front of more important people, but they won't make them look good, because that's their route. That's the only way they can operate. So you've got to understand this about them. It's not a sneaky way. It's not you know, you know, an aggressive way. It's manipulative, but in to their strengths. So they're only using the strengths that they have. So you can't be harsh on them. You know, as I say, if you take them out of that environment, you know, they're great fun, got a good sense of humour, very relaxed. They could, you know, chill out, could have a great crack. They'll enjoy their sports, they'll enjoy having a drink, they'll enjoy the parties, they'll enjoy everything that's social. As long as they've got that group around them, then they feel secure. Now the difficult part is when the romance needs to blossom and come forward. How do you approach someone who's in that group, the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever floats your boat? How do you approach somebody who seems unapproachable in that sense? Well, it may be, if you want to catch somebody, you have to play it at their game, their rule. So maybe if you're in a popular group of your own, if you see what I'm saying, you know, equally having X amount of friends, having X amount of status, if you like, then you're appealing, because then it's going to double the herd. So that's a way to look for it. Or we could really go out on a limb and we could find them somebody where they can leave that natural surrounding and make them really blossom as a person deep down, which they are. You know, sometimes they may feel like having a swear up, they may feel like losing their temper, but you very rarely see this person lose their cool, because if it's being watched, if it's inside that sort of concrete sort of restriction of a group, they're not going to lose their temper with anyone in that group. So there's no room really for expression. So this is what I suggest, is that we get them the person that is going to be very strong-natured and very nurturing, and then allows them to truly find themselves, which, you know, are going to be very good fun. They're going to be, but also bring out that serious side of the Capricorn, which says, right, I can achieve, but I can achieve on my own. I don't really need anybody else around me. It's going to take a long time, and they don't really take to relationships very early, because it's losing that inhibition. So I would love, Capricorn Ops, for you to go out on a limb and meet the right person who's going to cajole this out of you, you know, and slowly take you away from that comforting environment that, you know, everybody knows your business, you know their business, it's your little mafia type thing. Take you away from that. Let's get you into yourself, where you can only truly blossom, because when you're in that herd, you get overlooked in a lot of senses. You know, you can be bang in the middle of it. You're only seen as, oh, that's all you are, but you're a lot more than that, Capricorn Ox. And I really want to bring that out. You know, they've got a great flair for design. They've really great with arts. They've got some great qualities, but they may not let that blossom because they're plodding in that little group. You know, let's be casual about it. Let's just do enough. So they really have to be pulled away from that for them really to truly realise their goals. So let's go for the snake. The snake has the confidence. It has more than enough confidence for the both of you, so it fills you full of that, where you may, a lot of it's from deep-seated lack of confidence with the Capricorn ox sometimes. They're not always that comfortable being away from that, but with the snake, you'll look around and say, well, I don't really need anyone else, because the snake fills you with that self-belief, soothes you when you've got that worries. You go in your quiet spells. The snakes are very soothing. They're very passionate. They will go deep into the soul, and they will have the time, and they have the ability to release the true oxen, you know, the true oxen character to come out and blossom with the creativity and like, just let them be themselves, and the snake can do this. So let's look at the Scorpio snake. We've got to look at the Taurian snake, the Pisces snake, and the Virgo snake. Wonderful, wonderful, strong characters there, and very, very, you know, so much love to give and time. And it will all cajole the ox into believing, I can do this, I only need you, rather than them, if you see what I'm saying. Also the rooster, the individuality of the rooster, the stand up and be counted nature of them. A lot of roosters stand alone, and through that respect with the ox will look at the rooster and say, wow, they're a brave character. Nothing phases them. They can have some bad luck, but they battle, they're tough. You know, it can really appeal to the oxen, and they think, if I can stand alone, I can stand with that person. You know, there's a great solid bond there, and they can take on a lot together, and very beneficial in the work area as well. So they can really help each other's careers, because they're both solid characters deep down. They will work very hard, and there's some great intellect there between the two. So there's a lot of strong points. So let's look for the Pisces rooster, the Taurian rooster, the Virgo rooster, and we've also got to look for the Scorpio rooster. And very strong matches, and as I say, as somebody you're going to respect immensely, and it's going to be two-way. The ones we have to avoid for the oxen, well, it's got to be the goats, because the goats, yes, they're very relaxed, they're very bohemian, slightly eccentric sometimes, but they have their own gentle rhythm, they have their own way of doing it, and they're very skillful. They need a bit cajoling themselves, so that's not really going to work, because there's going to be lapses of confidence in a relationship like that, or a partnership like that, and there's going to be a lack of somebody grabbing the lead, saying, okay, there's going to be looking to each other to, you know, take the reins. Neither really want to, you know, because they need that solid backbone behind them. So I say no go for the ox and the goats. Thank you for tuning in, and please join in for the next issue. Thank you, bye.